You can look for the midsection of the body, see how they interact with getting things accomplished. The third chakra, with getting their way, is that nice and strong. Some people, I can tell what their relationship is to their diet, if they're just eating what they're given and if they're able to handle it or not, if they have hiatal hernias, if they need to change their diet, what kind of diet they need, because as you ask questions, you can start to see things in the aura that would be good for it. You can look down in the sexual area, see how much energy they're maintaining there. Some people may just let it all drain out. Sometimes with men this is because of too many ejaculations, and it's good for them to start doing tantra, where they hold on to their ejaculate during orgasms. Sometimes it has to do with illnesses. Of course, you can see illnesses in any aura. Sometimes their sexuality may show more in the head. If they go into really ecstatic places, magical places, you may see that more in the head than the sexual organ area. The legs can really show a lot, like what kind of activity they're used to engaging in. You can often tell if a person is involved in manual labor or something like that just by the aura around the leg. Sometimes it spreads out, like what kind of reality is this person inhabiting. For example, there was one fellow there who had a great involvement in gaming and drawing fantasy characters, and there was no way, of course, I could have known that by looking at him, but I could see strong all around his aura that he was involved in these games. And then he started showing me the fantasy drawings, and they were just like the ones I had seen. And so a person's imagination can be around them, what they're longing for, the fact that they may go off and spread themselves out and dissociate, or they may daydream, or they may stay very focused, or they may be thinking about somebody else at a distance. The way their thoughts are relating to distance and relating to space and relating to how well they stay engaged in the physical plane or how well they expand out into the spiritual planes. I can also see sometimes, like in this group, I saw one person who was able to kind of ascend, and that was his goal. He said it was as if he would fly and almost leave his physical presence and go into another state. A few people I saw, they had interdimensional, let's say 3 out of this 350 maybe or so that I did the R readings from in this last bit, had strong interdimensional, maybe more than 3 actually, had strong interdimensional abilities, so that they would sometimes move in and out, and things would be confusing to them maybe if they did that, or they'd be able to just go out of this plane, or they would be able to go in and out of alternate realities. One person I saw a delta T time travel type antenna over his head, and it was turned at different times to take him into different times, different personalities. All kinds of ways of relating to the world that are far beyond just the normal physical day-to-day can show up in people's auras. Other people's auras, that's what they do, and that shows up. They're very physical, get this done, get that done. Other people, they have some elaborate constructs in their aura to allow them to interact not only on this plane, but on other planes. So just start practicing with somebody that you feel comfortable about, and doesn't matter. Try lucid play, where you go into tantric exercises that take you into a deep state together, and maybe just by yourself do these exercises, and then look at the other person and then play. Don't have a strong agenda, don't judge if you're getting it exactly right or wrong, just play with it, say what you say. This is a wonderful form of lucid play that can be done by yourself, looking around at people and not even mentioning it to them at the time, but just seeing what you see, or trying it with another person or in a group. The more that you do this kind of thing, the more you get accurate. And so at first you may not get anything right, but the more you do it and you start getting wins with it, then start remembering that, start bringing in that awareness that you are talented at this, and that this is something that's natural that humans are supposed to be able to do. And then you just start getting more and more confident, and it gets easier and easier as you do it. So being able to see auras can be very helpful for a lot of purposes. This last 10 days I've been looking at these people's auras, but I've been looking at people's auras for decades, and it's a lot of what I do in my work as a healer, as a spiritual teacher, as a psychic, and it's also what I do for personal reasons. For example, hiring somebody, you want to see what kind of aura they have, dating somebody, going to work for somebody, any kind of friendship, any kind of relationship with somebody else. It's really helpful to see what's going on with their aura. And in therapy, I do hypnotherapy as well, I can see things going on with their aura, see spirits coming in perhaps. With counseling I do, it's very helpful. So really, almost any kind of job, any kind of friendship, it's very helpful for yourself and for the other person to see the auras. It's just a matter of training the eye and the third eye and the sense of interconnectedness of all things, as well as the individuality. So you're seeing their individuality with your interconnectedness. Joining those two between the Shakti and the Shiva, the first chakra and the crown chakra, doing tantric exercises, Qigong or Taoist exercises. These things also can help integrate the parts of yourself. And so you're just seeing what's there instead of having a limited view. If you can't see auras, there's nothing wrong with you, but you're limiting your possibilities to what the mass media has told you you're able to see. If you'd been told all along that you could see auras, you would have been seeing them. It's really what I call lucid fiction, where we're going beyond what we've been told about this world, which is a fiction. The world itself is a fiction, but strangely enough, what we're told is that it's not, that it's purely this illusion is the way it is. This illusion of limitation has been put upon us, and so I like to promote people being able to not only write about these things in lucid fiction, but make the whole fiction itself more obvious and expose that yes, we have these abilities, and when we can start seeing these kind of things more clearly, we see what's being put over on our society by the politicians, the religious leaders, people like that who are not having very pleasant auras, not having very honest auras. So as we are able to see auras and learn to be more psychic and see what's the true motivation of people around us, you can also see what the true motivation is of people we see on TV. You start getting a better sense of what's going on with the people making decisions that affect our lives. For example, are they telling us we need to take vaccines for their purposes or for our purposes? And we become less able to be manipulated, less able to be doing what other people want and seeing what they want as the truth, and ignoring our own needs. The more we do this, the more we are able to stand up for what we really need. Now, one thing that's important when you're doing aura readings is to make the distinction between your needs and other people's needs, your energies and other people's energies, because otherwise you can start getting problems with the kidneys. They're the filters of what we do and do not need in our bodies. Sometimes the liver can also have some issues with this, but more often I believe that maybe the kidneys. And so it's important also with the eyes. So when you're doing aura readings and you're really opening yourself up to other people's energies, some of them can come on you. So it's good to use a lot of sea salt and water and scrub your body, if possible, everything in the shower.